please join me in welcoming Tyler, the Creator, to the stage. Y'all show him some love. What's going on, man? I'm good. Have a seat. Come close. Don't go too far away. How you doing?
I'm good. What's up, y'all? Y'all can hear me. So
Well, I know.
This just feels silly at this point.
Well, I need you because we got some folks streaming right now on Discord. So we're on Discord again.
Okay.
Right? So you got folks listening. You
Them
got folks
kids are
watching
weird.
it.
On Discord, not Charles. It's a Tyler Discord.
What do you mean there's a Tyler
Like
Discord?
it's a fan one of mine, and them kids weird as bro.
What they be talking about on there?
Bro, you don't even want to know, bro. That is scary, dude.
You know, do you tune in? Like, what do you do?
I do not approve.
How did you find out about this?
Cause man, kids is weird, man. Someone pulled me to the side in a Whole Foods, like, "Hey, dog, check this out, bro. The that they posting, bro, is scary. Scary. Y'all not from there, right?"
Well. So this is the All Stars Discord. So we have 38 All Stars here with us right now. We got 18 here from Paris right now. Everybody make some noise. Y'all let Tyler know. Let him know. You're just taking it all in right now, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking.
So, in addition, last night I wanted to ask you something. You know, you addressed the stage and you talked about your time here in Paris, and you said recently is just the time where you started to really appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah, like 2017.
Yeah.
I hated this place. I truly thought it was disgusting. I thought it was dirty. I thought everyone stinks. Everyone smokes. I couldn't find anything to eat. I hated it here. These one-way streets, like, it's fucking counterproductive. What the is that? And then, like, you know, you start coming more and getting familiar and making friends, and your taste and interests start changing. Mm-hmm. And man, I really love it here. Like, it's awesome. And everyone would be like, everyone in Paris are just, and I'm like, everyone seems pretty nice. So it's mad chill here.
Maybe it's just whoever it is. Maybe their experience was a little different.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe they would.
But yeah, everyone here is nice.
Well, I think you and I are still, you know, a bit more tourists
is that
here.
a GU not shirt?
It is.
What the?
It is.
Wow.
It is.
Are you from here? What? How old are you? Okay, so I was like 14 when that going down, and I always wanted one of them shirts. My mom wouldn't let me get one. That is crazy.
I
don't even think half the people even know what that is. Fire. What's your name? That's Anthony. Fire, Anthony. Fire. Wow.
That shirt just got real popular.
Love it here.
Real popular. I'm gonna need one.
That's fire.
So I was saying, you know, you and I are still pretty much tourists here in Paris, but you know, thankfully we have an expert here that's going to come hang out with us for a little bit. His name's Dayanne. Dayanne is the co-founder, creative director behind Bienvenue Projects. He is that agency is actually creative direction as well as projects, campaign, imaging. So let's show some love for Dayanne. He's going to come hang out with us for a little bit. Dayanne, how you doing?
I'm chilling, man.
It's good
what
to
up,
see you.
Tyler?
Chilling. I saw you about 33 minutes ago.
How you been then?
I'm good. I'm tired as like 3 shows back to back. We haven't been sleeping really. Like, it's not. Do I look sleepy?
Nah, you look good, man.
That's good. I just wanted a compliment.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Tyler, you've been traveling all around, but I kind of feel like you've been in Paris quite often. What do you think about Paris? Like, what's special about Paris? Like, is it about the French cheeses? Is it about like the pastries? What is it about?
Honestly, someone asked me up there, and I couldn't fully articulate what it was, but I think what that meant was, which is why I couldn't articulate, is because it's an energy here that I don't get anywhere else. Like, even Anthony wearing a GU Not shirt in the midst of this super gaudy type thing, like it's an energy here that I just don't get anywhere else. And I love y'all parks. the detail that y'all have on pastries here is crazy. Like, I love sugar and sweets, so just walking and it's a cookie cheesecake spot everywhere, but each one cares is like amazing. And then a lot of the brands have their history here, and I love trunks, and they first started here in '58, and you could see the originals, and like it's really, really cool. And I have a friend last time I was here who he was like, come on, he's crazy, I wish he was here. We went around on his bikes, and he took me like outside of Paris and like to parts I've never been at. And I ended up at some flea market thing. You guys probably know what it is, but it's big as shit with all the antiques and stuff. And I felt like I got to really see Paris outside of like, where the tourists usually go. And like, I have such a crazy love and respect for this place. It's really ill.
I appreciate the answer. Would you live here, by the way?
Nope. No, I would get a spot. Like, I've been thinking about like getting a spot, but like, I'm so Los Angeles based where I could wear shorts every day. Like, it's ingrained in me. So like, even New York, like, it's fun there for 5 days, and then I'm like, okay, I want to see the sky. Like, I want low buildings, I want wide streets, and I don't want to have to wear a rain jacket because that's just not here. So I could come here in the summer, but as soon as y'all get cold, I'm out.
A few months ago, I saw that you were driving here. But when you're not driving, what do you usually like to do in Paris?
Well, one, where's Arthur? I was driving with that crazy motherfucker there.
Arthur.
And Arthur, look, he put his phone away because he
did.
caught.
He was like, "Don't let me get caught."
Oh man, I drove the Enzo. I love that car. What was the question?
Like, when you're not driving, what do you usually like to do?
I don't know. Drive. We go to the movies a lot back home. I'm usually working on stuff at the office, making music. I just hooked my record player up at home in my library room. So like, usually in there, we had a listening party for Kendrick's album, no phones, and we just sit there and listen. And me and Lionel will just drive to random pastry shops and just do random travel. I'm really living. It's great.
It's great. Cool. When you think about Paris, what comes to your mind first? Like, what's your best memory here, or what's your best moment here?
Best memory, is it too explicit for this? Some wild times I was living. My first memory though, Mariah Carey has a song called Say Something off of her 2005 album Emancipation of Mimi. And that was like the first thing I saw like of Paris, and she's just running around. Andre Tally's in it. It's sick, and every time I think of Paris, I think of that video. It's not the most special answer, but yeah.
I appreciate the answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your performance here last night. I was there, and I know that a lot of people here was there too, and it was fire, right? It was literally fire.
I was tired as bro.
It was lit, man. Floor was shaking. It was a movie. How is it to perform in Paris? Like, how are you Parisian fan? Like, how are they different from the rest of the world?
Well, one, I was exhausted. I think it was during I Hate You, I took a nap on stage, and I did it right because I made it look like it was part of the show and the performance. Boy, I was out.
We haven't noticed that.
I'm gonna try to find the clip. I'm sitting on the mountain and I'm just and everyone's like, "Oh man, he's so creative." I'm like, "No, bitch, I'm tired."
Man was up there taking a
like,
nap.
bro, I was gone. But coming here doing shows, like, you guys are so in the UK is kind of the same too. Like, y'all got y'all French rap and French music and y'all own cuisine and just everything, and everyone else is influenced and buys the brands that y'all have here. So sometimes being able to cut through and like have a fan base or anything out here when I'm not from here is like, oh, like it worked. So having that show last night and everyone knew like the words to like album cuts, not the big songs, like knowing what's your name is not impressive. Like people know that song, but doing like the album cuts and like people are all singing the verses that don't come in till the 8th verse of the song was like, oh, like we really cut through into a place that has its own ecosystem. So
Yeah.
I felt loved. I was wet, just dripping sweat, but that's because everyone in there was giving back the energy and was having a great time. For the people who came, if you didn't come.
In your last talk with Converse, you mentioned that everyone must travel if they can, even if it's nearby. And in Call Me If You Get Lost, you reference Lake Geneva and many other parts of Europe. What do you think, what's special about that part of the world for you?
It's just, well, one, I've never, growing up, like, I just never heard guys, like, rap about that stuff. Jay-Z will mention it here and there, but, like, I really wouldn't hear it. So, finally coming to these spots and, like, I remember we was actually in Geneva. This is probably 2016. And it was off the water, but it was this thing that you could just kind of take the stairs and climb up, and at the top is just flat. And it's just kids hanging up there and just jumping off of it. And it was so regular to them. And I saw that and was like, oh, I did not grow up like this. And just seeing the how normal it was just made me say, oh, it's real magic here. And then you start noticing the little boats that the families just have. Like, back home, if you have a boat, like, you rich as and these kids are just like, oh yeah, but it's regular.
Yeah.
And we take the boat out, we're in the water, we're swimming, and some ducks and some geese just come and they're just hanging out with us and they're not scared. And I'm like, well, why are they so scared back home? Is it because like we beat the out the ducks?
Oh my goodness.
But here it's like, no, dude, they were hanging out. And I was like, the quality of life is just so different in these places. Y'all strawberries, bro. What the like, to y'all it sounds crazy, but back home, bro, the strawberries don't taste like that. So like every time I come out here, like the quality of life at just the fruit level is just so much different. And I've grown to fully appreciate that I could get something like that outside of home and feel comfortable, because when people aren't at home and they're out somewhere, you know, you're not that comfortable because you're not familiar, but I feel a sense of warmth when I go to these places. So that's why I always like talk about, you know, Geneva or Paris or Monaco or spots like that, because it's really cool.
Cool. And you've talked about world building. Do you have to travel to build your own?
I think so. I think when you stay in a place, you get limited by just that you see. And you know, I didn't realize I loved LA so much until I wasn't there. I didn't realize, like, why do I feel weird? Oh, because on the East Coast they get real winters and you don't see the sunlight for like a long time. And in LA, it's always sun. Why do I feel claustrophobic when I'm on the East Coast? Oh, because it's tall buildings and it's one-way streets. But so when I go home, I appreciate, oh, that's why I wear shorts. That's why I like saturated bright colors, because of how I grew up. And I think in order to figure out like deeply who you are, you got to kind of get outside of yourself. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tyler. It was nice talking to you.
No, thank you. Why you leaving?
Because Bimma got some
No,
questions
I
for
know,
you.
but you ain't got to leave.
I have many more questions, actually.
Okay, but you could sit down.
I'm sitting. I'm chilling.
Where you gonna go stand over
No,
there?
no, no. I do have one more question, actually.
Okay.
You had an incredible show with Louis Vuitton in January, and I was there too. I was just sitting in front of the orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. Like, how did you come about writing the music for that? Like, was there something about Paris?
So Virgil been trying to get me to do for like ever, and every time I'm too busy, da 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 da. And then when Benji B, he asked me if I could do it. And again, I was like working on something else, and I'm like, bro, I truly want to, but again, I don't have the time. And then I thought about it, and I was like, man, what am I talking about? Like, no, we don't figure this out. So I dubbed what I had to do and was like, let me knock this shit out and give it the full attention it needs. And it was one of the best moments of my life, like watching these super talented kids from London play this that I just made in my room, and then watching how it moved people, but knowing what the intent was for, like, you know, doing that for Virgil, someone who's always looked out for me in ways people
Hey, that's
like
energy.
that's so tight, dude. But like looking out for me in ways that people couldn't even fathom. Like, man, it just felt good doing it, and that show was beautiful.
It was beautiful,
Like it was so
Yeah.
ill. It was like that shit was tight.
Yeah, you know, I'm from Paris. I'm born and raised here, and I haven't seen a black man at that moment. The whole Louis Vuitton Fashion Week. I've been seeing many shows, but that one was history.
Wow.
It was great. It was so many different energies in there, and it was good. And I'm happy it turned out the way that it did.
Dope.
Yeah.
Are y'all secretly passing water to each other? Yeah. All right. This is it.
He's a pest. Oh my goodness. Diane.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
He's not
I appreciate
leaving.
it.
No,
I'm
you're
not
kicking
leaving
him
him. I'm
off.
still
He's
here,
not
bro.
leaving.
That you're
I'm
kicking
around.
him off.
I'm watching you, though.
Right here. He right here.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Appreciate you, Diane. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you getting hot again?
Yeah, no, it's warm.
Because
It's
know.
warm. Yeah.
But you in LA, it's always hot there.
No, LA is not as hot as people think. It's usually, I don't know the conversion, but it's usually 73 degrees. It feels great. Traffic isn't that bad.
The next thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about was inspiration.
I hate that word.
No. I want to talk to you about creation, actually. You know, you create music, you create clothes, and then obviously you create sneakers. And you actually have some incredible sneakers on your feet right now that we definitely want to talk to you about. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to invite up Matt Sleep to come chat with you a
Bring
little bit.
Matt ass up here.
So
Bring your.
Matt is the design
shit.
director over at Converse. He and Tyler have been working together for some years now. Matt, talk to us a
Hi.
little bit.
Sorry, I'm English. They get the English person to do the American company, you know.
I feel it.
I'm putting the accent on. It's not really. What up, T? You good?
I'm so tired. I'm like delirious. But I'm into it. I'm just floating, bro. I'm just here.
This is going to go great. All right. So, let's go a little bit down memory lane together, shall we? What about that?
Okay.
I'm going to take you back a few years, pre-pandemic, and back again to when we first met. All right, so we're in Boston. We're up in your favorite place, the Converse headquarters. We're up in that, you know, in a got the big view up in the boardroom. I think I was actually trying to set some up, and I was running late, and you come in the boardroom, and I'm like, oh, shit, T's here, and I'm still setting up. That's not a good look. And you come right up to me, nose to nose. I say nose to, hang on.
Probably here.
Your nose is probably touching my hair because you're a little bit taller than me.
Pause.
And I think you said, all right, baby girl, how's it going? I was sweating quite a lot. Anyhow, you came through and you were talking about making footwear. You've been trying to make footwear. You had a sample. The Golf Le Fleur stuff, you were really like getting going on the Golf Le Fleur stuff, right? The initial kind of seeds of that. And then we started some crazy design alchemy together, which led to the fucking amazing piece. I'm looking to see if anybody got any on, but amazing piece of footwear that was the GLF1, right? The predecessor to this fucking amazing bad boy on your feet right now. So I won't say the word inspiration. Don't worry, because I know that isn't your favorite word. Exactly. Nonsense. But what was going through your mind at that point? Like, why were you trying to get into, like, make your own footwear? Why with us? Like, what was the genesis of that for you?
I don't know, man. Just, I had a shoe idea, and I just wanted to see it come to life, and it came to life. And yeah, it's not, I wish it was a deeper answer, but it's like, I want to make a shoe. Let's make a shoe. I got put with the illest team, and then we made a shoe.
I appreciate the shout out there.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
It was super easy.
Where was it that the logo came from? What I like to call the shooting fleur. Like, where was, you know, why the flower? Like, what
It's
does that
funny
mean to
because
you?
that's the first draft, and we made it, and it was like, okay, cool, what's next? But it was just the flower logo, and I didn't know how to put it on the shoes, so we literally was just like, just put a line, and then it worked out, and we did a bunch of ill colorways. And with that shoe, I just wanted to keep trying ideas. So it was like looking at Chanel bags and like, let's make some shoes out of that. And we made the Chucks. He actually has purple ones on. Like, let's make velvet ones. And then I remember looking at the dudes who do construction back home, and they be having the crazy 3M shiny I'm like, yo, let's make a shoe that looks like aluminum foil.
So that's my favorite one, yo. I call those the Studio 54s, man. Like they're the best. The silver, the reflective.
Yeah.
Kind of nuts. I don't think people expected that one.
No.
But that slapped.
And then I'll always love potato sack bags that potatoes come in. And I was like, yo, let's do a pair with that. So like, it was literally just having random ideas. Like, oh, that's cool. Let's see it in a shoe form, and doing it from there. And I think overall we have like cool, even if people weren't f***ing with it, I think they were like, those are terrible, but I appreciate the like
I think
silver or the whatever, because
future classics.
Let's just change the soul color and keep like, it was cool. And I think that led us to like the next ones, just from learning from that.
Absolutely. I still love the Grinches as well. The Grinches, personal favorite.
Even
those
doing
furry
that,
little buggers,
like,
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Big bloody green shoe.
I forgot about those. Those are sick.
Don't forget about that. Those were bangers, mate. Those are absolute bangers. So I know you're a big fan of being outdoors, and you're really outdoors.
Yeah.
I know you said you've been in Europe a bit. I think at that time you had been in like Switzerland, Italy, that type of thing. How much of those influences informed what the Giano became? Were there other things outside of that you really felt kind of like made the Giano what it is today?
Well, yeah. Well, we had a running shoe idea, and again, it was just an idea. And when I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, we just stopped and focused on something else. And I think if anyone here is making stuff and you know, you're starting to do it, but you don't feel it anymore, it's super fire to just stop. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And that's okay. And just go do something else, because you're not married to it in the literal sense, but also like, you don't have to be married to ideas because it's there. It's like, put it to the side. So we did that. And then I was like, yo, let's make like a big hiking shoe that looks really good with like baggier pants. And that's really how the Giano came. Just fucking with gross shapes and things like that. And I'm like, baggy pants will look great with this shoe. And that's how we did it. That's how we styled it too. I don't know if y'all remember the photos for it, but super puffy jackets, super big pants. They all kind of looked like Bratz doll anime character things.
Oh, it was sick.
Exaggerated.
Super exaggerated. Super exaggerated.
You also said, if I remember, had to look good with shorts and long socks as well. I think that was the other styling piece. It was the duality, right?
Yeah, big baggy pants and then like jean shorts. Like, if it looks good with that, then we're fucking set. And I tried to do colorways with it that felt more, that wasn't as like vibrant and colorful. I wanted it to feel more like earth tones and things like that. So that's why it's like certain greens and browns and like the all beige one that went with it. So yeah.
Did you have a favorite colorway from that one, from the Gianos that we released?
Probably the beige ones, the all tan,
The desert ones? Yeah,
looking
shout
ones.
out.
Those work with every color almost. Sick.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm
Yeah.
still on the lavenders, though. The lavenders.
The lavenders and
the
cream.
lavenders.
She
There we go.
whispered. That's fire.
your grandma
and you know
stole
what? Maybe you deserved it. Yeah. No, she whispered lavender to me, and I was talking, but in my head, I was like, what the did you just say? No, the lavenders are with the cream. She's a good person.
With apparently great style, so shout out to that.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently fantastic style. All right, so I mean, we talked a little bit about kind of what we have done together in the past. The birds are back. They're watching. They're coming for you, mate. Watch out. Watch out.
Did you feed
good?
them or something?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just. I just keep forgetting there's people right there
Oh,
just
there are people
looking.
all
So I
the
just
way
keep
up there.
looking
Hi,
like.
guys. Shout out. All right. So, when you take a little walk with me, nothing weird, a short walk, but I want to talk a little bit about the present and the future now. A little bit about what you got on your feet here. But I want to take you over to the boat over there. You want
Oh, are we walking over
you
there?
want to
You're
walk
walking
over
over
with
the
me
boat?
to the
Okay,
like an
I'll
awkward
follow you.
walk
Or you
to the
can
boat?
skip, you know.
Like, you
I'll
ready?
follow you, yeah.
All right.
I'll follow.
I'm going. I'm going. He's following me. He's not. He's gone the other way. All right, never
Also,
mind.
y'all can
All right,
kind of
everyone,
crowd over there,
turn,
too.
turn your attention.
mad it's on you.
All right, shout out. What's up, Instagram? Hey, everybody. All right, T, we're going to talk a little bit about the future, mate, right? What we got in our hands right now, we got the one, the only, well,
That was awesome.
you're getting
it
attacked
started
there.
falling on
Just
him. That was
falling
great.
directly. It's beautiful. It's live, man. It's live. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the GLF 2. So you guys seen the GLF? You've seen the Giano? This the new This the GLF 2. So T, obviously, like beautiful color blockings as per usual, mate. Always in your in your amazing palette, in your amazing world. There's a few noticeable differences though from where we've been from the GLF and from the Giano before, and a couple of similarities. First of all, where's the flower gone? It's real simple. It's real cleaned up. I love it. But like, where's that fleur gone?
I took it off. You don't have to be a good a friend of mine. He has a brand and it has like 27 logos. It doesn't just have one. And my mind blew because I think we get caught up in the one logo, and if you guys make stuff, it's like, oh, you have to only use that one and put it on things for the familiarity for the brand.
Tyler, the
It's
mic.
like, sorry. Sorry. But yeah, like you get caught up in that, and I'm like, wait, you could, if you build a world, you could make many logos because people will associate it with that. So I took the flower off and it is gone on here. And now it's a really bad drawn boat on the top that looks like sushi or
All right.
avocados.
I'm so glad you said that, because when we were making this, everybody was like, yo, why you put a sushi woven label on this thing? And I was like, no, it's a boat, and we're standing in front of a boat, and
Pretty
there's
much.
more boats. So a big shout, like what the
Pretty
boat,
much.
fantastic to boats. So it looks old school, right? It's still kind of nostalgic. It still kind of has a little bit of that 80s feel, I'd say. Maybe the fat laces, right? Like the pullback eye rows, like. But it's not made like it was made in the 80s, right? Like, it's lightweight, it's comfortable. You see all this, the beautiful pink continues from when we did the pink outsoles, right, for the GLF.
Yeah, Louboutin makes red bottoms, but I don't like red much. But I wanted every shoe we do to just have a pink bottom, just because why the f not? And I wanted to make a really, really, really light shoe. Catch. It's like
Nice.
really light, like light is f. Pass it around. Pass it around. I don't even feel how light it is. Just pass it around. But it's really light, and the goal was to make a shoe that when I'm just on a t-shirt, some cutoff shorts, and a trucker hat, I could wear them. Or if I'm like in slacks or something, it could still work. So that's basically where the shape came from. And if I'm in my nice Gucci pants, it looks right. If I cut off some Dickies and I'm hitting wheelies on my bike in a trucker hat, it still looks right. So I wanted the shoe to like live in both worlds of like how I personally dress.
And so all you guys know is basically because we ripped out all the rubber that's normally in there and filled that with all CX foam. So I don't know if you guys heard about CX foam, but that's that super lightweight EVA. That gets you that comfortableness that you're talking about,
No,
man.
it's
that lightweightness.
really,
Like, it's really nice.
light. So you could, the shit I be doing on stage, like it's super easy to do it in here.
What
great.
were you doing on stage?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. But it's still got that old school look, right? You got the old school wrap. You see all the texture going through there. You got the throwback logo there. We also customized it between the 2 feet.
Yeah.
So one, you're going to get the little hit of the flower there. The other one, you're going to get the star that's normally like seen for the Converse, right? And then taking a little bit of like also inspiration from our, really from our heritage, like from some of like, I remember we were looking through like different like court photos, like different court shoes, and really kind of made a bit of an amalgamation to get that like vibe, right?
The Converse archive is like, it's some wild from like, the 60s, 70s that are like really ill shapes. And I'm like, why don't y'all do anything with these? So we kind of stole some of that. And then I didn't want no logos. I didn't want it to say anything. I just wanted it to be a shape. And I was like, the squiggly line that I use on a few of the LaFleur clothing pieces, I was like, that could be the familiarity. If you know, you know. If not, I think it's still decent enough for people to say, oh, the cuts that's like the squiggly lines that's on there, we just put it at the box. Because, again, I was just like, I just kind of want to make something super simple and regular.
Yeah.
And hope maybe the next one I go left and like make an all silver shoe again. But right now I'm like, this is chilling.
Well, I'm ready for the all silver one, but for the first 2 colorways that you're seeing right here, the amazing orange one and then the brown one, those drop this week, guys, just so you're
And
all aware.
earth tones, I'm obsessed with brown. I love brown. So I said I have to make a shoe that goes with every shade of brown.
Which I guess is why we're all wearing a shade of brown somewhere between us.
just
So
a little
shout
bit.
out. Big shout out to that. So T, big shout out.
And
Big
shout out to
shout
Matt. If you guys are confused on his role, because I don't know if it was fully explained properly, this man helps these ideas fully come to life. I usually give him a terrible drawing on a napkin, and 2 weeks later, he's like, all right, here you go right here. And it's really good. So big shout out to you, man.
Appreciate you greatly. Team effort, mate.
Much love, Matt. All right, Tyler, we're going to have you come back, join us on stage. Y'all, what y'all think about the new shoe? New shoe's dope, right? Hopefully I can try to, maybe I think I'm looking at him like maybe I could fit in Tyler's shoes, so maybe I can get a pair myself,
You know you're going to get a pair for free. Over here loud, I hope I get a pair.
I'm just saying. I just, we want the new kicks.
Do something wrong with it.
All right, so we still got folks joining us on Discord right now. We got questions from the All-Stars on Discord, and then we also have All-Stars here that we're going to get some questions from as well. So let me start out. We got an All-Star joining us from South Africa. And the question is, what advice would you give to a creative that feels like giving up due to financial difficulties?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I've always been a figure it out type of guy. Even when I was a kid, I couldn't screen print T-shirts, so I went to Office Max and bought the iron-on stuff and saved money up to buy the good ink.
Yep.
Printed those designs, ironed it on a few T-shirts, sold those. Would do that to garner up enough money to actually get the first one screen printed. Wow. So like everything is figure outable. It just depends on if you have the energy to do that.
That's willpower right there.
Yeah.
Like, and creative, right? Like you figure out the resources.
Everything is figure outable. It's just like you got to figure that out,
Totally. Our next question is coming from Ulster in New Zealand, and the question is, if you could change one thing about the world right now, whether that is
that's this question.
Yes.
I'm not Mother Teresa.
But it's in regards to culture. So if you could shift culture forward, right? What would you choose to change and why?
Love talking about culture, but I wish I like choosing my words super wisely.
Language is important.
Not to sound boomerish, but I think because of, it's two things. Instagram has this thing where if I took a photo of you right now, it has this weird algorithm thing where it could look at your shirt and you could just see other shirts like it. And I think that's weird. I grew up where like you see something and you have to spend the time and energy to figure out what it is because you truly give a. And if you stop giving a, you just stop looking it up. But that release you get when you find out what it is and then you find out how to get it and you have to go and get it and touch it and this and that, like, man, it's so deeply rooted in everything I do, from music to clothes or whatever. And now people just, oh, it's there, cool. And it's not much inquisitive love and care in these things anymore. And because of that, people just buy anything now. People aren't buying pieces or shoes or a hat or clothing that they truly love and want to wear every single day. Now it's a lot of things that's just bought because it's there, or I like Ton songs, so I'm gonna just buy it, or everyone's gonna buy this because it releases Thursday, well, let me just get it just to show people that I got it. And all the LaFleur stuff that I've been making, the clothes, I don't want to sell online because I want people to go to the stores and actually see it in person and touch it and then make the decision that they want it. And when I did the store in Malibu on the mountain, every time a kid bought something, I pulled them to the side and I said, wear this. Don't keep it in a closet hung up. Don't keep it folded up, blah, blah, blah. Wear it. Live in it, have an orgy in it, get beat up in it, like, wear it, because we're at a time where like things don't hold personal value anymore. It's now for other people. Even a conversation of music now has changed. People just say something's mid, but they can't articulate why they don't like it. They don't have the vocabulary or the energy or the actual care. People don't even like mostly talk about why they love the they actually like either. And I'm hoping we get back to a point where like when you do open your mouth, it is because you truly give a fuck about it, whether you dislike it or you truly love it. And I see the mix with music and clothing in that same realm. So I hope that answered the question.
I love that. No, it's important to actually have distinction and have a purpose and a reason behind doing something versus just showing up and doing it, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you bought a lot of NFTs recently. Our last question from the All-Stars on Discord comes from TJ in London. And TJ asks, you've been particularly vocal throughout your career about misrepresentation and confinement of black creators in stereotypes-led and generalized categories.
I have.
Do you think this is a result of an honest industry-wide ignorance, or more important, substantial for fear or emerging black talent? Like, how have you found the ability to, you know, object that or work past that?
Okay, so TJ, you lost everyone in the crowd with that. I watched my dude in the orange say, what the f is he talking about? You could have condensed that question way more.
I think the question
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, I think the question is, a lot of times black creatives feel like they might be boxed into a certain thing, a certain category, or a certain way of being or looking as creatives.
Is that based on what they're making or how they're perceived, no matter what they're making?
I think it's both. I think it's based on what they're making, based on how people perceive it should be made because they're black.
Oh, well, whatever they're making, if it's because of what they're making, that's their fault for me. Like, no one told them to make whatever they're making. So if I'm making a burger and a bunch of people are like, you're making a burger, well, you made a burger, so you can't get angry when you make a burger, if that makes any sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
But to how it's perceived, like, I mean, I don't even know how to answer that. Just keep gunning. Just I don't know, just keep gunning, dude.
I think it's a tough one, because I think probably what they're looking for is that confidence that maybe they perceive that you have when you approach what you create, because you are saying that you're saying just keep creating, right? It's not something that you allow to distract you from what you're doing. Whereas I don't know what environment they're in London that might be impacting that, but it could be something where they feel like they are being constricted and they don't feel as confident.
No, I could see that. I mean, it's kind of I've as you were talking, I thought about the question more to grasp it. So like when I did the Igor record, but it was only in the rap category. Like I'm definitely rapping on there, but some people see it as not that specific genre. And then the question is like, well, why did they put it in that genre? Well, my history of making rap music, some would say because I'm a black dude. So like that right there. And I could understand that, but you just got to keep gunning. Just keep gunning. I don't have all the answers, by the way. I'm not Mother Teresa.
No, I appreciate that because that's what I think that's what TJ was trying to get at was like, because you're black, that album specifically, that's when it happened, right? It was like, oh, this is a rap album. You're like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, and I could it's an argument for the whole thing. Like, honestly, I don't know what the it is. It's just music at this point. But for the specific award show category, so you could differentiate why this person's getting it, it was confusion. And yeah, I don't have the answers. We don't. I said what I said about it, and I moved the on.
Feel you. All Stars here. We definitely want y'all to ask some questions. So let's get some hands up. Who wants to ask a question? Also, just to preface, it's one question per person, please. I'm going to go here first. Black shirt, green hat. Do I get up? Yeah, stand up, introduce yourself.
If you want to get up, he ain't f***ing police.
So, do y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Y'all, yeah.
So my name is Razim Cham, and I'm a young artist from Paris, and I've actually written down my question, so I'm gonna ask it to you right now.
Amazing.
Wait. So it's kind of long, so stay with me. Okay?
All right, I'm here.
So
and worst come to worst, I ask you to repeat it.
And yeah,
okay.
We'll get it back.
So, as a young artist, heavily influenced by the likes of you and Kanye West, I've recently been subjected to forms of modified perfectionism, which is the refusal to accept almost anything short of near perfection, which led me into a painful and emotionally affecting relationship with my work. And some of your creations, such as like November in Flower Boy, in which you ask your younger self, well, what if my music's too real for the masses? Or the voluntary raw mix of Wilshire on your last album really helped me overcome these issues and stand proudly by my art. Like I've recently released my first EP and I stand proudly by it. Thanks.
Yeah, stand. Man,
and you did a lot. Like you really helped me in the process of mixing it, and you influenced me a lot. So thank you. And I wanted to ask you how you've managed to reach your current state of mind and how it shaped your views on creative satisfaction. Like, or if you could like just elaborate on the idea presented by Pedro Almodovar that a truly great artist can't and never will be totally satisfied with his work.
That was a wonderful lead up.
Great. You're very articulate and you have a really good voice. Well, one thing you said was you stand proudly by it. And I thought that held so much weight because I know a lot of people who make things who don't stand proudly by their stuff, whether they don't want to. It's something I'm noticing a lot with the generation of right under me is like, I don't know if they too cool or they don't want to look thirsty or they're not proud of their, but like they'll put a song out, they'll put it in their story, and that's it. That's it. You went through something, you wrote words down, you figured it out in the structural format, found music to go along with it, you recorded it. You know, most of the time you don't just do it in one take, you go back and forth, fix some parts, get some parts replayed. That's the one, you play it for people, yeah, do this, you edit it. You mix it. They're signed to a label. They're still young, so the label has to do all these things. Sample clearances, pay the mixer, this and that. They go pay some kid to do an album cover. They do the album cover. It's a whole thing. And you mean to tell me that you're gonna be passive with your own and just put it on your story once? Are you fucking crazy, bro? I'm still promoting my album that came out in June. It's a year out, and I'm still out here like, call me if you get lost, like, right? And what I notice is that some of these, the younger guys and girls, they like, oh yeah, I got a song out, and they forget about it. And I'm like, no, let motherfuckers know. Tell people. When I first put the perfume out, dude, I had bags of the sample, just walking up to people like, hi, I'm Tyler, I made this, because I put time and love and too much energy into this finished project just to put it on Instagram and forget about it. Like, no, promote your, let people know, be proud of that you made. So when you said that you proudly stand by it, I was like, oh, it's a whole bunch of mother who don't have that. So I think that that's beautiful, for real, because you have to be a fan of your own stuff. To answer the question, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot, but I'm winging it. Yeah, that perfection is like gnarly, but you just gotta know what the end goal is and know when you're done. Like, for real, I could sit here and redo this shoe 1,000 times, but I'm like, oh no, it doesn't need nothing else. Done. On to the next thing. You mentioned Wilshire. People complain about the mixing of that, and when people complain about the mixing of that, I'm like, oh, you clearly don't make music, so you don't know what you're talking about. But that's okay. What they don't know is, because of the way that like iTunes and Spotify things are mixed loud and super crisp, fucking our ears up, they expect every single thing to sound like that and not taking in consideration what texture is. So when I made the Wilshire song, I was so sad that I didn't want to record it in the booth. So I told my engineer, we're just in there, just me and him, and I'm like, yo, just plug the handheld mic up. The handheld mic, $100, it's terrible. This is 1,000 times better than it. You hear that? So when I recorded it, it was at a mic like this, and I just sat there, started it, did the first verse, was like, hold on, run it back. And then I did that whole song, the 8-minute song, in one take, just sitting in a chair like this. Wow. And a mic like this. And I said, keep it. Because at that moment I said, I won't ever feel like this again for this situation. And I put all that emotion there. I don't want to re-record it. I don't want to clean it up. I want what I was feeling at that moment so in there. So when you hear that, that's truly me in a corner like this. So texture and all of that, that's what that is. And that song to me is perfect, because I knew what I wanted.
Love that.
So yeah.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Thank you for asking your question. All right, hands back up. Let's go back.
This is not a rap concert.
Well, I gotta see.
That was crazy.
So, what I want to ask is about, you do a great visual work as well as your song, but when you're deciding to perform, like yesterday you did like 4 albums, and all the VJ and the video was just in one visual identity. So what goes through your mind when you're deciding what are you going through in your visual like tours? Like what are your main motives?
Everything is I think everything is dictated by like one thing. And for this tour, since I'm going through 4 albums, it wasn't one album. Yeah. So like for Flower Boy, that's like, oh, it's that album, so focus on that. For this run, it's this specific stage setup I have that's a big hill or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm going through 4 to 5 albums, different times in my life, dressing different, the music's different. Let's not focus on that specifically. Let's focus on this stage so the person in the crowd isn't like, what the fuck is going on? So every background matches the hill. So from the background, I'm like, okay, if this is the identity or whatever of it, now let's make every background feel like the song. Keep it in the world of the, what's the name, but make it feel like the song. So Death Camp feels like we're in the desert, because that's what the song sounds like. But then the other song, we're in the woods. But then when Come On Girl, Let's Go, or I Fucking Hate You, I'm still on the hill, but now it's nighttime and it's a moon. So like, that's how it's dictated. And you don't ever want the crowd or the viewer to be pulled out and say, wait, what the is going on? Because if I have a big hill and then the next thing, the background is me with my face or whatever, and like with my friends doing, it will take you out of it and you will fully not be into it. So yeah.
Thank you.
That's hot.
Thank you for your question. All right. I'm going to go to my friend in Boston real quick.
Hi, Tyler. I'm Neems.
Hold on. I have to
No,
give me.
you're good.
I need to eat. I'm gonna eat this cookie while you
Eat it
talking.
yeah, okay, bet.
Where is this cookie from?
It's a spot in Paris called Scoop Me a Cookie. Dog. Oh, I walked by it like 4 years ago, bro.
Love it. Continue.
So, I had a question. So I'm an upcoming artist, and I just started making music in 2019, but like gratefully it's going well. And I think one thing, and I know you're the center of all of your creative like endeavors, like you're just the centerpiece. You're involved in every part of your journey, which is super fire. I'm the same way. My only thing is understanding sometimes the attachment that you have with certain execution. And I know you mentioned like sometimes it's okay to say, no, I don't want to do it anymore. But when you're super passionate about it, but you're trying to not be so like bummed out. Like if say you have like a vision, okay, this is the first step, this is the plan A, right? We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But obviously you have to adapt because isn't like moving around. How do you find it in you to be like, okay, now this is like 4 months, like it's gonna put us 4 months behind because now this just came into the like the picture.
Oh,
Are you adaptable in that sense?
I'm the king of pivot.
Okay, word.
I'm the king of adapting. Like, no, like, I don't think you understand. Like, someone comes up, hey, bad news, this didn't happen. You know what I do? I say, all right, what's our options?
Okay,
Figure the options out and you figure it out from there. Because you could sit and dwell and cry about it, or you could just be like, okay, we'll do this. Perfect. And it's okay.
And move it around.
And I just move shit around all the time. Dude, call me if you get lost. I thought I was done in November of 2020. And then it was like, nope, I'm not done. And it's okay. And then you finish. And then you move it around and this and that. These shoes were supposed to come out a while ago, but changed. And it's okay. One thing I try not to do is stress.
Do you think it happens for a reason though? Like it's aligned. When it does come out, it's like, oh wow, perfect timing.
Oh, yeah, dude. Hindsight is the homie, bro. And it's the thing that you think that sucks the most right now, you won't know for 3 years that, oh, that's great that happened, because this wouldn't have happened and this wouldn't have happened. I always tell people sometimes the solution of the problem is better than the original idea. And that's happened to me so many times that I was like, oh damn, I wanted that. Okay, fuck it. Well, we ended up figuring it out billion times better.
Word.
So
Thank
don't
you.
be afraid to pivot.
I'm always pivoting. You feel me?
Keep pivoting.
Okay, bet.
Your heels, keep them heels.
Swaying.
Oh, everybody got cookies.
Hey, y'all all got cookies. We gonna keep it rolling while y'all eat y'all's cookies. Let me go here. I'm gonna go here.
So me and my friend Cham at my left, we've been writing a short film about the love stories, and we've been really inspired by your album Call Me If You Get Lost and Flower Boy. And we feel like that you talk about love, but in a perfect way. And especially as a black man, you know, sometimes it can be complicated to open our art, especially in our community. I won't say like every black person look the same, but that's something that we need to work on, I think. So we've been writing, and we always wonder like how you're writing all these love stories, and is it easy for you to talk about this, but to all these people that will listen your music?
Look, dude, I hate liars. I truly do. I think honesty is awesome. With yourself, with people, I'm not afraid to tell people no. Like, and it's okay. It doesn't mean I hate you. It's not implying anything. It's just honesty. And I think when you're making something, it doesn't have to be so obvious, but just being honest with how you're approaching is when the best comes. Like, you know, the Wilshire song that you mentioned, like, that's just what happened. Like, it wasn't no metaphors. It wasn't like trying to be coy about it. I told you exactly what happened for 8 minutes. I didn't even want anyone to like the song. I just needed to get that off. Come to find out, that's one of the biggest songs off that album. It shocked the out of me. But me doing that allows you to say, man, it. Let's fucking do our version of this. And then when you do that, your friends that's probably not even making art, they might go have a talk with their parents that they wasn't gonna have because y'all gave them the courage for that. And then from that, now they parents is like, damn, that lady at work kind of said some da-da-da, then they gonna have a conversation. Like, so keeping like that going and you being honest does more for people around you than you may think. I don't know what the fuck y'all story is about, but I'm truly happy that at least you're not even questioning, approaching it with some type of honesty about whatever the fuck it's about. I think that's great. And you have a very valid point. Don't know how to give each other hugs. And I hope we get past that. For real. We will though. The younger kids is like, what's up, bro? You good? We gotta cut the bull. Just start being super open and honest.
Yeah, be human.
And that's what Kendrick just did with his new album.
Yep.
And a lot of people, I think, I mean, they probably just don't like the music. I love that album, but I feel like he touches on that's so like open and honest that some people can't listen to it because they probably feel like he's looking at them in their eyes and they're like, oh, I can't panic. I can't listen to this. Put on something else so I can hit my Dougie.
Numb it, yeah.
And keep forgetting and like numbing it that he's talking about. And not saying the people that's doing that went through what he's saying, but it's making them think about the that they're covering up with that. And I'm hard, I shoot people. And I see it. I see through it. So yeah.
Yeah. The vulnerability.
Hi.
What up, yo?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good.
Cool.
I just had some cookie.
That was good.
Huh?
That was good. So
It was fire.
okay. So my
Yeah,
question is, what's the failure that helped you the most through your projects?
The filler
The failure.
No,
the
failure.
failure.
Failure. I don't know how you pronounce it.
that I like that helped
you
me
said
the
it right.
No, you said it right.
Okay.
That helped like
That helped you the most
like-
through your projects.
always had this chip on my shoulder. I was just like, oh man, like people don't see how good and invested I am with everything that I do. Like literally, like in the shower last night after the show, like, no, we had like, no, because I don't have Photoshop on my computer here. So I'm like telling them how to do it. You got to go on Instagram stories and make a mock-up of it to send it. But like, I'm really into all of this stuff, like hands on it. And it got to a point where I'm just like, Kanye said it in one of them songs, but he's like, is these really better than me? And you start thinking that, and I'm just like, bro, no. Like, I have more talent in my pinky toe than these got in their whole family. Like, that's how I felt.
He said the whole family.
And I felt like it wasn't being seen. So because of feeling like that, it pushed me to push myself and do Cherry Bomb. Because I was like, I want to be the best producer ever. I could do every genre. And when that came out, it was like, nah. And I was like, y'all think I can't write songs? Oh, okay, I'm going to write pop songs. I gave him See You Again. I gave him Boredom. I gave him 911. Like, that's where that came from. And then it was like, oh, he playing it safe now. I'm like, oh, I'm playing it safe? Oh, y'all still playing with me? So then I did Igor. But then I was like, not only am I going to go left, I'm going to give these pop records that just think I can't. And then that's when I did Earthquake. And I told Lionel and my friend, I was like, this is gonna be my biggest song. If it's not, I'll give you my bank account and quit. It became my biggest song. And then I gave Nick Think. And then I said, New Magic Wand's my best song ever. They not gonna get it at first, but watch. People come to the shows to hear that song now. And then it was like, oh, bro, he was never good of a rapper anyway. That's why he had to pitch his voice and sing. Oh, really? Okay, gave a whole rap project. And then that won the rap Grammy because I was mad that the one that wasn't rap won the rap Grammy. And like, it's always this chip that I've always had on my shoulder. That's weird because it's like, I don't give a f. I'm gonna make what I want to make. But when they say shit that I'm like, you're wrong, that shit sits right here. And I'm like, okay, you're dumb. Watch this. So because of feeling like that, that's fully been the greatest thing to my success story. So yeah, thank you.
It sounds like people are always gonna have something to say.
Yeah, always.
Always.
Always. And I'm petty, so I'm like,
I'm gonna go right here.
Hi, Tyler.
what up, Grandma?
I'm an artist from Toronto, Canada. And so I signed to a label when I was 15 years old, and I've always had a dream of making a clothing brand like you. And they always told me you have to be at some point of like a success level to be able to do that. And yeah, I just want to know like your take on that, because that's after I left the label, and because I just felt like I wasn't treated right.
And don't take this the wrong way. That is the goopiest I've ever heard. And I'm saying that because it's like, you clearly want to make some, so why not just make it?
Because I'm scared.
Of what?
I don't know.
Exactly. You just answered your own question. Just make what you want to make. And probably the person who told you that?
One of the label people.
Do you like how they dress?
No.
So why the f are you listening to them?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
So go make you trying to make.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, but like for real, don't like hype yourself up now and then go home and be like, oh, I don't know. Like, do it. Worst come to worst, what's gonna happen? You make it, someone says they don't like it. All right. Will you like it?
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
True.
So go do that.
True. Thank you.
I want to see it when it's done too.
I'll send you something.
Yeah, for real. Don't play though. Like, don't, because they do it all the time. Like, no, I'm gonna do it, and then they like, no, like, do it for real though.
For real, do it.
All right.
Got you.
Thank you. I'm gonna get here for our last question on the back row.
Hi, I go by Talia.
I love that jacket.
Thank you. I love it too.
She was like, I know.
Wasn't overboard with it. She like, yeah, I like it too.
So I'm also a musician and producer, and when I'm listening to your music, and also, quick note I was at your show last night, and I just love how you changed the arrangement for the live performances to let those instrumentals breathe and to really hear the layers. So my question for you is, what is your producing process? Like, what software do you use? Do you use synths? What DAW? How do you collaborate? How long does it take you? How many beats do you make? Like, tell me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm a Logic head.
Hey,
like, but like I record in there. Okay. I do everything in there. Bunch of keyboards and really it's like you just start on the idea, and then usually if it gets stuck in my head, like I just kind of keep working on that. I love demos. Like yesterday I was just looking up all of Tracy Thorn's demos from like the 80s. If you don't know who that is, she's the lead singer of a band called Everything But the Girl. They make ill. The tone of her voice is one of my favorites, and it sounded like a damn gorilla was over there. That's that bird. trying to listen in. Yeah, I love her voice, and she has a lot of demos that she did in one take, kind of like Wilshire, where it's just feeling. And I really love those. So usually I'll make a beat or something, and I'll just come up with a melody or whatever, just let it play around the house while I'm like showering or whatever. And then I'll go and just record it real quick, and I'll leave it. And a lot of the songs I put out are those. A lot of, dude, that's how Earthquake came. Made the beat, and then I just put that dumb melody. And that's why it's only 8 words, the whole song, but it felt right. And then from there, you're like, okay, this is the idea. Let me make it the best. And sometimes you go up, sometimes you scale back. But me, I'm always looking for that bridge. I love bridges. Every song of mine, I try to somehow put a bridge. And I could spend months on those, trying to find that feeling. Yeah. And yeah, but Logic.
Yeah. Do you get
There it
demo
is.
love?
How?
Like demo love?
Yeah. Yeah. That bird is
active.
he
Singing.
sounds tall. That bird don't sound tall to y'all? It's moving.
Thank you so
you.
much for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
question. All Stars, thank you so much for
I want
joining
to
us
hear
here.
y'all, like
go
everyone
ahead.
that said like they make it too. Like I want to hear it. So give it to someone
I can send it to you.
on the team or something so I could check that. Because I'm always listening to music. Like always. That is tall, bro. But I'm always. It was someone in the front that had their hand up the whole time, and you kept skipping over them because you hate them.
I don't though.
All right, y'all two last ones.
All right, you
Lindsay
got one
gonna kill
more.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
I did that.
So you got me on the hot seat. See? All right, we got one more.
Can you hear me? Yeah. So I'm currently starting my first business, and it's on bike mechanics. And it's not
Bike mechanics?
Yeah.
That's
Like
hard
I'm
as
opening a shop here in Paris.
Okay, bitch.
You can come by whenever.
Hell yeah. That's hard.
Thank you. But it's not necessarily what I call my passion, because I prefer arts, but I feel like it's a freedom that I can give to other people. But I don't know how to make it so that it doesn't define me as, oh yeah, that's Rocco, a mechanic. Like, you know, like.
That's on you. Like, how? That's if you go everywhere. Yo, I'm the bike dude. Like,
But I be riding bikes, so people just think like, oh, he's a bike kid, you know.
and that's okay. I drive cars. It's who only know me because of the cars I drive, and
That E30
that's okay
though.
because they're in the cars, and it's people. She asked me a producer question. She don't give a f- about this shoe. She want to know what I do on Logic, and that's okay. And then someone else asked me about clothes. Like, that's okay. Only you let people define you. That, yeah. What? Yeah. Make the bike shop and then go to the art shows after. It's easy.
Thank you.
Y'all stressing me out. Y'all be answering y'all own damn questions with like. Hold on, he had one too.
Let's see. All right, last one. I'm gonna take Tyler's mic.
That's a good shape.
What's good, bro?
What up? How are you?
I'm good.
Sexy ass.
How-
I'm sweating.
It's different this time.
I'm Rashawn from London.
Oh, bet you are. Y'all hear this, bro?
You ain't gonna never get through this question.
Sound like God.
I make music, but I actually wanted to talk to you about. I know that you have an adoration for like design, and I love chairs. So I just want to, yeah. I'm just gonna, I'll just keep it real,
All right, hold on,
bro.
dude. That voice saying "and I love chairs" was crazy. Keep going.
So I just wanted to ask you, what is your favorite chair?
My bro, is this? This is crazy.
If you have one.
My favorite chair.
Yeah.
Couldn't give you an answer, but I have this ill couch by the Capana Brothers, It's pink and fluffy. It looks like a big Easter bunny. It's the cutest thing, right? It's really ill. One, it's comfortable, but two, it's cool to see like just with ideas and just executing this weird couch. And are you gonna make chairs one day?
100%.
I'm curious to see what. Hopefully, the chair is as sexy as when you say the word chair.
It will be.
Because nah, that's super ill, and it's interesting. Converse, like, no, you could finish, Lindsay. You good? It's interesting. Like, you have musicians and people making clothes, but like you talking about a bike shop and you talking about chairs. Like, man, that's the diversity and just that is so hard. Like, if we took another question, it's a nigga that's here like, I want to eat lamps. But like, I think that's super ill. And to all y'all that plan on making anything, like, just really do it. Because worst come to worst, it doesn't work out. And then you either try again or go on to the next idea. Like, what the I've had so many things that didn't work out, and I was like, oh, well, that sucks. On to the next thing. And you move on, and then you rehash it in the future. So like, run it, do the bike shop, do the chairs, like figure out what the keyboards I use, because I'm not telling you. Like, do all of that.
Do it all. Do it all.
Yo, I got a question.
Oh, wow.
That's my boy now, Rashad. Just last one.
1 second.
Now I'm gonna have to tell people to come get the mic.
Everyone, give this man a hand for sneaking the microphone.
That's how you chase your dreams, bro.
Man said he's gonna ask this question.
I saw him do it, and I respect it too much to even say nothing.
All right, but I'm gonna prep.
Ooh,
this
this question better not be trash.
Nah, it's good. You've kind of answered it over the whole talk anyway. That's why I wasn't sure, but I wanted to hear your take on it.
Mind y'all, this nigga put a cookie in his.
Bro, I don't want to drop it. Anyway, yo, the question was about it's like when you're making an album, or like, how do you know like that's the album it's gonna be? Because you're saying like you always change your ideas. Like, how many albums did you make before you made the last one? Like, are you sitting on like 500 songs? Like, what makes you be like, all right, this one, or do you always know, or is it like you made 8 tracks and you're like, it's an album?
It varies, and I do have a other songs, but like sometimes it's like real intent.
Yeah.
Like with Call Me If You Get Lost, I was like, oh, I want to make a rap mixtape. Yeah. Like, that was the goal, to make a rap mixtape. It started over other people's beats. Like, that's why you got What's Your Name and Lumberjack, and then it turned into my own album. But that's why DJ Drummer's on it, because my intent was like, I'm gonna make a rap album just spazzing. And then with Igor, shit like that, like, you know, in the midst of being on tour for Flower Boy and stuff, like, I was teaching myself how to do like certain harmonies and stuff. So a lot of these little demos I was making was just singing, and then next thing you know, I got like 4 or 5 that I'm like, oh, this is sick. So then I just kept, whatever mode I was in at the moment, I just kept making music like that. Next thing you know, you got 15 songs, and it's like, oh, well, this is done. And like,
yeah.
So it varies. So sometimes it's like, no, I have this idea, and sometimes it just comes, and next thing you know, you're staring at a statue, and it's like, oh, it's finished.
I feel you. I make music, so it's the same, but like, all your projects sound like they've always got an intention anyway, even if it is just a vibe. But I guess sometimes it happens like that, innit?
Well, yeah, but even intent is just true feeling. So even with Igor, although I wasn't fully obvious, like, I want to make this, it was spilling from here. So like, that's why it all sounds intentful, because it's just coming out of my chest.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Is that cookie still in your eye?
Yeah, it's probably warm now, man.
This is a wild group, man.
I mean, it's you know, we in Paris.
Did you make those pants?
No, it's my brand. It's my homie's brand. Sorry.
Okay, damn, you taking credit for another? A thief. Those are tight.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm trying.
Sick. This is like, this is my brand.
This is his brand.
This is my homie brand. That's crazy. What, you ain't gonna say what your homie brand name is?
Oh, it's called Designed by Omo.
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 Yeah, Omo. Designed by Omo.
Sick.
Sick.
Nice.
Sick.
That's hot. That's super hot. I like your hair. That's ill. Yeah, tight. Well,
Tyler, you enjoyed this?
It sounds like this is when I get the out of here. Yeah. What time is it? 6:30. Damn, be closing early out here, huh?
Well, also because we have folks joining us on Discord, I just want to say thank y'all for joining us today. Thank the All Stars that appeared for joining us today, and Tyler, thank you for joining us today.
Thank y'all. Don't clap. No, don't clap. It's just weird. We've been here for a while. We're friends now at this point. That shirt is crazy. Thank y'all. Yeah. Thanks. Don't clap.
And we're gonna take a picture.
Y'all. Yeah.
We're gonna take a picture, so don't go anywhere. Okay.
I was giving you the mic.
Oh no, you giving me the mic? All right, I'll take it. Thank you.
I'm out, y'all. Y'all be safe, all right?
Wanna go to the stars. All star, rock star.